What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Shibui Anime Tavern, brought to you in part by Nova Circuit. I'm Jeff, and with me as always,
Jason.
we are back for another double episode of Delicious in Dungeon, and it's pretty exciting this week.
Yeah, actually both episodes. The episode kind of starts with some issues with some frogs and some weird ass vines and stuff.
Yeah, so they end up killing these frogs, skinning them, and wearing their skins to avoid like the poison from the tentacles and vines and everything.
Right. I love how they
which
convinced Marcel to wear this.
I know. Yeah, it's like, oh, it'll look cute on you. It'll look
Yeah, you'll
good.
look great. Yeah, you'll look
Right.
real cute in that suit, Marcel. And they convinced her. I was just like, God.
They
dang
look
it.
like the frog suit from Mario.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. That's yeah. It's like, oh
It's
my
like
God.
exactly what they look like. It's pretty insane.
Right. The purpose of these frog suits were to protect them from these vines or whatever. Like almost, was it poisoned or stunned or whatever or something like that? But
When Louse's face all swolled up and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, and it stings and burns and everything, it
right.
messes them up pretty good.
But so they get through that, and the next room, they realize that there's a bunch of burnt, destroyed
I think they found wargs.
wargs. There you go. Yeah.
What they actually found.
Yeah. So they're all burnt to crisp, which dings a light in their head that they know they're close. And it's kind of weird because they're like, well, the dragon's supposed to be in its rest phase, and it's moving around. But they now know that they're close to the dragon.
Something that else kind of happens in this episode is the dwarf guy that Louse and them were trying to help with the magic circle and stuff. Reports back to his lord or whoever he is, and we kind of learn that the elves used to own like the land that the dungeon is on, and they're kind of like wanting it back. And it's kind of implied that the mage guy that created the dungeon is probably an elf from the magic circles he finds there and everything. He's like, this
Right.
is
They're created by him.
Yeah, so that kind of gives us a clue into that.
Right, and didn't they? And they were. I think he was even mentioning that maybe the elves were interested in the dungeon because he brought up the topic of nothing can die in the dungeon.
Right. They're trying to figure out the immortality spell, basically. So they want this land back.
Right. And he's just like, well, let's. He's like, we're gonna stall him with a letter. He's like, I'll write it. He's like, but we need to stall him while I try to get the rest of this, what we need out of the dungeon before the elves start.
Yeah, right.
Cracking down on everything. So he's like, don't worry, I'll write the letter. And it will keep the elves at bay while we continue this. That's a very important part too, because I feel like that's kind of playing to the plot of the whole dark mage guy now.
Yeah,
because
definitely. It's pretty important.
We go back to the gang, and Louse and them. Pretty much they know that they're close to the dragon, so they're like, all right, this is it. We have to prepare now. So we're gonna need to make sure our weapons are ready. We need to make sure we're prepared. We gotta have a plan.
Coming
all
up
that
with
good
a plan.
stuff. And this time they're gonna eat. They decide they're gonna eat because they said the last time they fought the dragon, they died on an empty stomach. So they don't want to make that
died
mistake
of
again.
hunger, basically.
Right.
So the only other real thing of consequence in this episode is I don't remember her name, Narisma or something.
Oh, the dwarf chick, yeah.
Yes. So she actually goes to a temple, like by the opening to the dungeon or in the dungeon or something near it, and she's actually looking for Falin's corpse to see if hey, was she brought here? Could she be resurrected? And next episode is when it really.
So episode 11.
The dragon's real.
So they had
which
whole
the
game
plan starts out pretty good.
Yeah.
They start out decently until Louse kind of messes it up by burning his hands on the pot and then throwing it, and then everything kind of goes to shit after that.
Yeah, that's actually important because, like, remember that they mentioned before that the pots that Senshi uses are like animantium. They reflect anything, any kind of magic,
Yep.
anything, magic, fire. Well, this time, because it's been used as a cooking device for so long, it actually balanced the heat where actually the pan got hot from the dragon breath. So like Laos and Senshi were just like, oh shit. And
Right. You know what?
yeah.
That's a good point though. I don't think they ever said anything about it reflects it. It'll just block it. So
Right.
like it makes sense that it would still get hot, you know what I mean? It would just like not go through it and kill you.
Right. And the thing is Laos knows when it's about to use its fire breath. So that's kind of an advantage that he has. He's like, listen, it will click its mouth to kind of
Right.
create
goes like,
sparks. And then it will shoot fire. So that's how he knew. So like you can see him cutting around corners. Everything was going according to plan at first, and then it doesn't go according to plan. Marcel realizes that something's wrong because the dragon's already on its way to her trap, and she's like, "Oh my god, I wasn't expecting this. Oh shit!" So dragon's coming. She sees the explosions coming towards her, and she sees Chilchuck, Laos, and Senshi running. So then she does whatever badass spell it was. I thought it was really cool.
I don't know. She drops this. She like blows out the sides of the building by
and it
throwing her
collapses.
staff down on these runes, and then it just
And she's
you
like
know, collapses
levitating
it
over
on
it.
the dragon. Yeah, she does like some kind of slow fall type thing or something
Yeah.
like that, and drops it on the dragon and ends up not doing shit to it.
Right,
but
they thought at
pissing it off.
first. They were just like,
Yeah.
yes, we got it. And she
we
was all
did
proud.
it. Oh, no, we didn't.
Yeah, no, we didn't. That dragon the dragon got pissed. So, like, real mad. So, she gets flung up in the air because the dragon just pops up out of nowhere. And then...
So Laos ends up losing his sword.
Right.
They're like playing dead, sort of. Like
Oh,
laying
that's right,
there in
they
front of
are.
him.
It's almost like
And
a T-Rex.
his
Don't
sword
move.
jumps away from him. Like it jumps away from the dragon.
But the sword kind of like freaks out and runs away almost. And Laos can see the target. Laos knows how to take out this dragon. He knows the weak point. He's like, dude, if I can only get close to that spot and stab it, we're good.
Right.
But his
like right under
yeah.
its neck.
Yeah, because he was there and he was like, dude, I could probably get it. That's when the sword kind of freaked out because I think the sword kind of knew his game plan and was like, fuck that. Like, I'm out.
Yeah, right.
So, and that's what happened. And then the dragon knows where they are. And I love how they evade the dragon. They get up and they start running under it. And Chilchuck's like, dude, we're going to have to live in the dragon's crotch to survive. Right. And I was like, yeah, that's great.
And then so like Senshi is like, I'll be the brave one and run out there and get the sword.
Mm-hmm. Dude, remember what happens to Senshi before he gets to the sword? He gets stomped on, and this is like the first time I think I've seen blood in this anime because when he gets stomped on,
he gets stomped on,
and blood comes out of his mouth, and I was like, oh shit, Senshi's gonna die because Chilchuck's
then,
like, go,
yeah, he
Laos,
chucks
like, you need to go.
Chilchuck picks up that special cutting knife like for food and stuff.
Yeah, so that knife that Senshi has, you actually find out that the dwarf chick was right, that it actually is like a rare like adamantium type knife that can pierce anything.
The knife is
that's right. Yeah, mithril, and it can pierce anything, like.
Except it's only like this big. Like,
yeah, it's not even like 10
6 inches, if that.
Yeah, so like it's funny because when Laos stabs its foot, like he's like this ain't gonna do shit to this thing. He's like, I barely pierced it.
That's pretty funny, actually. He stabs it, and they're all just like, "Oh shit, it went in."
Yeah,
and then the dragon starts rearing and stuff.
Oh, dude. So yeah, Chilchuck grabs a sword and while he tells Laos to go, he's like, "You need to find Marcel. Her magic can help you. Her magic's like literally the only thing that can help out with this dragon now. So go on." And so that's what Laos does, and Chilchuck, the little shit that he is, finds out that he's not just good at finding traps. This kid yeets that little knife at the dragon and gets a dead bullseye in the eye, and
he does.
That really, one, it hurts the dragon badly, but two, it actually super angers it. So Laos has to be quick with Marcel, and he finally meets up with Marcel, and they come up with this game plan where.
Which their plan is crazy. Like, it doesn't seem like that shit's going to work at all. Basically, he takes the shield, and she, like, does an explosion off the shield, rocketing him towards the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. And like when he's flying at it, dude, he turns into a different person. Like his face is crazy.
Oh yeah.
And you know, he lands on the dragon's head basically, and it's like knocking him around and stuff. And it's it ends up grabbing his foot. Like his
he's basically
leg.
in the same position as his sister, except for it was just his legs. But he's dangling from the dragon's mouth. But it worked to his advantage because while he was dangling there, he had direct access to the weak part of the dragon under its neck, and he ended up stabbing it and slaying the dragon. Man. He does. He slays the dragon. During this time, Laos kind of has almost like flashbacks of him and Falin.
Yeah.
Seeing a ghost and the little ring, and this is basically a story of you finding out Falin had magic abilities. Because they went to a graveyard to see a ghost, and Falin was able to repel the ghost.
This part's important too, though, I think, because you know, she saves Laos from the ghost, and the ghost is saying, "I'm bound by the ring."
Mm-hmm.
And like later, their father shows up, and some other people, and they're explaining like, "Oh, well, how did she know that? You know, this guy bought this ring from this elf before he died."
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of implied, I think, that this elf is either the guy that made the dungeon or somebody else who also knows about binding souls to bodies.
Laos ends up waking up, and he's footless. He lost a leg, and Marcile's there bandaging up, slowing down his bleeding so he's okay. And she's like, "I'm gonna go find the others." And she finds Chilchuck and Senshi. And she knows how to heal. She knows how to do quick recovery. I
was actually impressed by her healing ability. I didn't think she was going to be that great at it, but she's actually really good at it.
Yeah, she was like, "Dude, listen, Falin is good at healing. She does the long process, but she does it really good." She's like, "But me, I do the fast process." And she's like,
"Trust me." All fast and dirty with it.
Yeah, it's so fast and dirty that basically your body will feel the pain for a bit.
It's going to hurt like hell, but you'll be all right.
Your body goes out of shock, and it's back to you being normal, and you're like, "Holy crap, I'm in pain." And it's funny because she heals Chilchuck, and Senchi's like, "What the hell's happening?" And she explains this to him.
Yeah, because he's like, "Oh, God."
Oh, he's crushed. His body's crushed. So he's just like, "Nah, you know what? I'm good. I think I'll be fine." And she's just like, "No, come here." She gets crazy.
Yeah.
And she ends up healing him, and you hear him screaming. That was pretty funny, too.
Yeah, it was
and she was able to also attach Laos's leg back too.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was unsure at first whether he was gonna either completely lose his leg forever or if that's healable. So then they kind of they start cutting the dragon open with that blade, looking for Falin. They come to the stomach, cut the stomach open. It's completely empty. Nothing inside of it.
Yep, nothing. So then they move the intestines. And
yep, go to the intestines. And then they look, it's like where the dragon stores its shit to breathe fire, basically.
Yeah.
And they find, you know, some of the warg hair, and they find like what looks like strands of Falin's hair.
Yeah.
And then they find her weapon. The episode ends off with Laos holding up a skull, like looking through the skull's eyes, which is a pretty cool looking scene.
Yeah. It was a cool scene, but also a very dark scene because they were seeing warg bones, and they were searching for the human bones because Falin has. And then that's when they were like, "Oh, he's like, he found the skull." And to me, I feel like I'm not 100% sure it is Falin. We don't know, but a lot of signs point towards that is possibly Falin. So
I think it probably. I don't know. I think it is, but I don't know. Yeah. Or I'm unclear whether they can like take her bones and, you know, whatever remains and like resurrect her.
Remember the gnome guy? He did say that your soul is bound to the dungeon, so maybe they'll get his help. Because remember, he's got to go back in and do research on the stuff. So maybe they'll meet up with him and he'll be able to resurrect Falin. That's my theory. So.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a good one. That's what I was thinking too.
But yeah, no, another banger episode though. Both episodes, both of them that we reviewed, awesome episodes.
Yeah, they were both good.
So, but if you guys like Delicious in Dungeon just as much as we do, Please let us know in the comments. What do you guys think about like these past 2 episodes as well, episode 10 and 11? Do you guys have theories as well? Please let us know. If you read the manga, please don't spoil. But if you're just like us, just watching the anime, let us know in the comments. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.